Try the new Plutus wallet app that casually teaches you cryptocurrency trading. Learn to combine the best coins, create and collect profitable portfolios, and manage them to the top. Reach the leaderboards and get real rewards without any risks. Install Plutus Wallet from Google Play or the App Store. If you use an Android device, use my referral code KMX88Q and get 100 Plutus Coins as a bonus for free now. Plutus Wallet, your chance to become a winner in the world of cryptocurrency. Thank you so much for joining us here on Bloomberger TV. Today, we are pleased to be joined by the President of the United States, Mr. FUD Trump himself. How are you? Let me tell you, I'm doing fantastic. I'm so happy to be here. So happy to be somewhere better than FNN Fake News Network for an interview. And let me tell you, I love money. It's one thing I love more than anything else in the whole entire world. I love throwing it. I love keeping it. I love making it. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Trump. So the US dollar is actually doing quite well right now, despite some of your controversial policies. What do you think is going to happen in the future? I'm literally speechless right now. And I don't know if you know, but it's very hard to make FUD Trump speechless on anything. I agree. But it was a pretty simple question. I came here to talk money. I came here to talk sound money. I didn't come here to talk about the US dollar. The US dollar is a scam. Anytime that they just want to print more of it, guess what they do? They print more of it. It's always going less in value instead of more in value, and it's absolute garbage. So you're one of those crypto geeks, I see. Well, tell us, how do you think your trade war with China is going to affect you? You've got a lot of room to talk. Your eyebrows need a haircut, for Pete's sake. Listen, I'm very tough on China. I'm very fair, but I'm very tough. And let me tell you, my people tell me, my trading people, and they're the finest traders in the whole world, they tell me that this trade war is going to push Bitcoin up over $20,000. Why do you think I'm doing this? It's so I can get rich. Everybody knows that. Now listen, I don't know how high Bitcoin can get, but I think it could get, you see my big, beautiful skyscrapers in New York City. I think Bitcoin could even get higher than those big, beautiful skyscrapers. Well, if Bitcoin gets back up to 20,000, then we may actually start advising our audience to buy I believe some. That. We've seen that movie before. Why don't you go ahead and tell them to buy some ripples while you're at it there, big boy? Okay, let's move on to a different subject. What do you feel about the overcrowded Democratic field trying to get the nomination for president? Listen, I'm like Bitcoin. I've got no competition. And let me tell you, I haven't seen a bigger lineup of losers since I was at Consensus. These nominees are absolute garbage. Now, this Andrew Yang guy, people like him. He likes crypto. I actually agree with him on that. But he's got a better chance of winning Crypto Influencer of the Year than he does from unseating me as president. Well, thanks for having me. I got to go hit my 3 Commons account. I just got a new trade signal from Signal Profits. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Trump, and he's gone. Okay, guess he has somewhere more important to be. But thank you, everyone, for joining us for this wonderful interview today. Remember, Bloomberger TV, we are brought to you by our sponsors, The Bloomberger, a burger made out of actual flowers because we don't eat meat. Thank you and happy trading. For the months of May and June, we'll be giving away 50,000 IOST tokens, along with 3 Ledger Nanos, 2 of them sponsored by Nimic, and 1 special edition Ledger Nano with an on-the-go kit. Winners announced July 1st. To enter, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on every video in May and June for your maximum number of entries. While FUD Trump is certainly your favorite president, Bitcoin is actually more popular than Donald Trump and Kim Kardashian, and we're going to talk about that today. I'd also just like to make a brief political/non-political statement. I do the Donald Trump videos, the FUD Trump videos. I don't want anybody to think that I'm making fun of one side or the other. They're just funny. So if you're a conservative, I'm not making fun of Donald Trump. If you're a Democrat or a liberal, I'm just saying basically things Donald Trump would say. So please don't read into any politics in my FUD Trump videos. But we got an exciting video for you guys today. We're going to be talking about YouTuber PewDiePie. He's got a few more subscribers than I do. He actually is advertising a blockchain company. We're going to look at that. We're also going to be taking a look at South Africa's role in cryptocurrency and some big news that's been announced recently that I'll be covering in more in depth here in the future. We're also going to be taking a look at Binance, some rumors surrounding them, and also the fact that they were down for unexpected maintenance again today, along with some other exchanges. But more importantly, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why Facebook may destroy XRP. And now don't shoot the messenger on that. I'm not telling you it's going to happen or that, you know, I want it to happen or whatever it is if you're an XRP fan. I'm just reporting on a story. So also want to mention to you guys the Plutus wallet. So the Plutus wallet, as you can see in the pre-roll, they are now a sponsor of the channel. You know, I'll be doing several pre-rolls for them. And if you are in the Bit Squad, if you're a member of this community, please go download the Plutus app. If you're on Android, you can do it using the referral code in the video. I'm actually going to have a different referral code starting next week because I'm getting an Android phone this weekend so we can play Horse Saga. That's no horsing around. Going to be looking at exciting iOS T news today in the video as well. As always, we do it every day, of course. But, you know, if you're in the community, a good way to support the channel is when we have pre-rolls or we have sponsors, go download the app, try it out. If you're on Android, you get 100 free Plutus coins when you use the referral code. So if it's something like a wallet that's teaching you how to trade cryptocurrency, by all means, please go download it and support the channel. Obviously, if I were to do a sponsor video on an IEO or a crypto project, I would never tell you guys, like, you need to go get this crypto, you know? But when it's an app or it's something that's kind of like, you know, whether it's a wallet or whatever it may be, something that there's really no risk in you downloading it and using it, it's a good way for you to support the channel. So let's go ahead and let's look at the markets. I meant to say jump in. I don't know why I didn't say that. Let's jump into the markets. Market Watch. All right, guys, we actually have a green day. And no, I'm not talking about the band. I'm talking about the crypto markets. We have green all over the place. So here we go. We got Bitcoin up 2.36%. It was just a second ago up above 8,000, and I hit refresh, and it went back below. So it's at 79.96. We have the market cap coming in at $256 billion. Bitcoin dominance has taken another little bit of a dip at 55.4%. You know, we haven't seen a lot of change with Bitcoin dominance level in a couple weeks. So definitely something to monitor. It does feel like it's going to go up or down significantly pretty soon, in my opinion. So we have Wax, 66% gains. I do like Wax token. I've done a review on them before. It has an actual use case, a working product. So definitely cool to see them up 66% today. Ardor, Zcoin, Loom Network, and Status. And Golem. We'll go ahead and throw Golem in, or Golem, at all over 10% gains. Biggest losers of the day, ABBC Coin, Factum, Tezos, Aurora, and Insight Chain. When is Tezos getting on Binance? That's a question a lot of people want to know. Journey to 1 Bitcoin. All right, guys, so we're here once again on our journey, going to the peak of 1 Bitcoin, and we've once again made some progress. Today, we are at 0.329 Bitcoin, so we're up pretty considerably in our Bitcoin value over the last couple of days, which is very exciting. Of course, our US dollar value, we are down just a smidge from where we started, but not bad considering the dip the Bitcoin took from, you know, 9,000 all the way down to 7,600. Here I am on 3 commas. You can download, or you can join 3 commas by clicking on the link down below in the video description. Kind of looking at some of the things we're holding right now. We're holding Bitcoin, XRP. So we got some active trades with XRP, Cosmos, Gifto, Metal, OneChain, Engine Coin, and Icon. So you can kind of see the percents there that I'm holding right here. So we got kind of a, you know, interesting, you know, assortment of cryptos that we're currently trading. Of course, doing this all under the direction of Signal Profits. You can click that link below if you'd like to give it a trial. Don't shoot me if you think it's too expensive. That's okay. That's why we're doing this journey to 1 Bitcoin, to show you guys whether it is worth it or not. So we're going to come over here and look at our chart. May need to zoom out a little bit so my big head isn't covering it. And so we look right now, we are so far up 0.024. So we're up about a little over, almost 0.025 Bitcoins since we started. And then here we go. We look at our US dollar value. Hopefully we will, for the first time since we started, be up. So we've been doing this for about 9 days now. So, you know, we're just getting out the first week of June, so we'll be heading towards the middle of June, and we'll hopefully be able to start getting some gains at that point, and hopefully Bitcoin will just go up and make this a real easy process. It's time to buy the rumor. So for our buy the rumor section today, we're actually going to be talking about Binance, the second time we've covered them in the buy the rumor segment. Now, there's reason to believe that there is coming a day when Binance will be the number 2 cryptocurrency. Binance coin. There is a reason to think that. They're trying to become the Google of crypto. Bitcoin could be the currency. It could be the Google. We don't know who the Amazon's going to be yet and things like that. But, we have another story, another rumor that has actually now been confirmed by Binance that, it might be interesting to see if this actually does happen, how this will affect Binance coin. But I believe ultimately it will have a positive effect. So, by the rumor section, we're looking at rumors, possible news, upcoming events from projects that could cause the price to go up. I think this is definitely a candidate for a story that could help the Binance coin price. Binance confirms stable coin offering coming soon. So it's going to be called GBP, which is going to be backed by the reserves of British pounds. I've actually been trying to lose a few pounds lately. Don't know if you guys can tell, but that's not the same thing, regardless. It says eventually they will have, look at this, more coins tied to other fiat currencies. So we see one with the dollar. You just see Binance is trying to be the one-stop shop. They're trying to do basically anything you would want to do in trading. They want to have it. So, this is definitely something to pay attention to. Is this becomes, something that Binance is going to be reaching out to more countries about, getting a stable coin based on their reserves. And it's very interesting. I actually did an interview I'll be posting probably next Thursday or Friday, probably Friday, with a company called Turnio. And their CEO actually had a lot of interesting stuff to say about the future of stable coins and why they're going to be so important, for the future of the currency side of where crypto will fall, hopefully in the future. It's time for the Fresh 5 top news stories of the day, starting with number 5. Okay, guys, we have at number 5 a story involving Africa. And Africa has a lot of interesting things going on for it right now in terms of cryptocurrency. When you think of countries or continents, obviously Africa is a continent, where it's important to allow people to be their own bank, really Africa and Southeast Asia, India, those are the countries that really come to mind first, at least for me personally. Of course, we do have things like Venezuela and some other outliers on other continents, but that is what hits me first when I think about crypto and being your own bank. So here we have an interesting story inside an all-white town's divisive experiment with cryptocurrency. And this is a very long article revolving around South Africa. But I wanted to read this. The guy in the story, his name is Root. Root's idea isn't as crazy as it might seem, at least if South Africa's interest in cryptocurrency is any measure. When I met him in late 2017, his country was in the midst of a crypto bonanza. South Africans Google Bitcoins more than any other people in the world. That's so interesting to me and really backs up what I was saying a second ago. On the drive up to Root's estate, I passed Vegas-style billboards advertising a Bitcoin lottery, and the hosts of radio advice shows were telling listeners that their kids wanted crypto for Christmas. A place like Africa is really crying out for a solution so they can have their own bank. And I think that's really what happened in 2017, and I think we'll see it again. Of course, when you look at the craze that was 2017, there was a lot of it that was just overblown hype, but there was a reason why some of these countries were so bullish, because they're craving something, a solution like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And so this is a very long article. You can find this on Wired magazine if you want to read it. But we also have Apollo. So I'm actually going to be doing some sponsor content for Apollo over the next 6 weeks or so. Going to put out some videos for them. Of course, they'll be informational, and I'll put my opinion in on things. But they also have an interesting tweet, and this is something I've known about for a little while. The ADF group, which is Africa something, it doesn't say in here. It's an African council or African group. ADF Group endorses Apollo currency blockchain as the only and obvious choice to the 54 African nations it's partnered with. International investment funds advance Apollo's cryptocurrency adoption across Africa. And so we're going to be talking about this a little bit more, but Apollo is, for all intents and purposes, I mean, they're trying to maybe become the currency of Africa. I know it sounds absolutely crazy when you first hear it, but this is definitely something to keep in mind. So Apollo did have a pump today. I think this was probably why. I wish I could find what ADF stands for. I felt like I knew it a little while ago, and now I can't find it. But regardless, we're going to talk about this in future videos and things like this, but this really lines up with Africa crying out for cryptocurrency, for, to be your own bank and things like that, and we've just looked at 2 examples of that. Number 4. All right, guys, PewDiePie once again advertising crypto on his channel. We know he's worked with DLive. He does live streaming with them. They did pay him. Now we have Nimsis, which is an app. It basically tries to quantify the time you spend on social media, your social media life, and rewards you in tokens for that. So I'm not sure if it's on CoinMarketCap or not. Let's go take a look real quick. I think it's an app. I don't think necessarily, it's not on CoinMarketCap. But, it's very interesting because, number one, PewDiePie has 96 million subscribers, so it's definitely cool to see him talking about crypto and decentralization, even if he's being paid for it. But it brings up an interesting thing to me, which is, in the crypto YouTube community, we kind of know for the most part, there are some things that are questionable, things we can advertise and things that are a bad idea to advertise. Like, I will never advertise an ICO on this channel again. I will advertise IEOs for the simple reason that, well, number one, I want to make sure it's good, so I'll do my research. But number two, they have exchange listings immediately. So if you wanted to buy it and then it starts dumping, you could get out of it. The problem with ICOs is you had no way to get out of those coins. But, it's interesting to think if your average YouTuber that's not in crypto, if they get approached by a crypto company about doing advertising, do they have all the knowledge and understanding of cryptocurrency to know whether or not it's a good idea regulation-wise for them to advertise, or even just to protect their community from something that may be a scam? So, definitely interesting. Maybe Nimsis is worth a second look. I really have no idea. I haven't looked into it that much. I watched the advertisement for it, and that's about it. Number 3. All right, guys, so we had definitely a very interesting day in the world of exchanges. We had Bitfinex making this tweet here: 3 exchanges offline for maintenance within hours of each other. Binance, CoinSquare, CoinField, who's next? Now, I've never even heard of CoinField or CoinSquare. Maybe they're big in another country, have no idea. But obviously, I have heard of Binance. Binance did say, let's see, that was within hours of each other. This tweet would have been, let's see, it doesn't really have a time, 21:49. I have no idea what country they're in, though, 9:49. But this Binance tweet today was at 6:19 p.m., and it said, "All trading activities have now resumed. As always, thank you for your patient and incredible support." Now, it's maintenance, but it was unexpected maintenance. People were freaking out. And, it just once again drives home that point of, not your keys, not your crypto. You never know what's going on. I know we're doing the trading, the journey to 1 Bitcoin. That's a small portion of, my overall portfolio. And I only have it on there to do this contest with. And I understand by doing that, I'm taking a risk having it on that exchange. I am very aware of that. But it's great content, guys. I live for the content. I live for the Bit Squad. That's all I'm here for. But in all seriousness, though, what is up here? I think we will find out in the upcoming days that there was something going on between these exchanges. Maybe there was like a brute force, hack or attack or whatever it might be. I don't even really know what that is. But there might have been some kind of hack that was attempted. Maybe even it actually happened. Maybe some funds were taken off one of these exchanges and moved to another exchange. That would kind of make sense on why they would possibly want to, try to put a halt on trading and withdrawals and deposits at that point, trying to figure out, the trail of where it may have gotten to. I think that's probably actually the most likely scenario here. Might have been a big amount from one of these other exchanges that was sent to Binance and Binance got wind of it. Something like that is probably the most likely scenario here. Number 2. You guys know on this channel I've talked about before how, to me, one of the most important things for the future of crypto is interest, right? Somebody in my Telegram group today, we have a Telegram group, the Bit Squad, video link in the video description below, but they said, wow, BitBoy, I can't believe that you don't have more than 10,000 subscribers. And I'm like, well, first of all, that was a big hallmark to get to. I built it during the bear market, but I'm very aware that the interest in cryptocurrency is just not there right now. It's increasing. Over the last 2 months, we've seen a significant increase in the interest. But, to me, interest is so important. When those people are coming back to YouTube, when they're coming back to Twitter, when they're coming back to Instagram and every platform, podcast, whatever it might be, that's how we know that it is game on. And it will be a slow trickle. And we're already, I think, feeling the beginning of that trickle. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a ripple. But anyways, guys, I digress. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But, we need that interest to come back to the space. We need people investing. We need the retail investors that were hurt in 2017 to recover their losses and to be able to reinvest. And there's no better way to gauge that, in my opinion, than Google interest. So the Google trends, if you look at Bitcoin versus Donald Trump, you see it's huge. If you look across the country, yes, Donald Trump is bigger in North America, obviously, but around the world outside of New Zealand, and it looks like Scotland and maybe Denmark. If that's right, then I'm a genius. Oh, look at that. It's Ireland, not Scotland. I was so close. But index is high. Donald Trump index is high in Ireland, New Zealand, and Denmark. Wow, I got Denmark right, and I got Scotland wrong, or Ireland wrong, both of them. Here we go. We got Donald Trump versus Tesla versus Kim Kardashian, and you'll see Bitcoin beats them all. There's been 2 different spikes where it's been way above everything else. So Kim Kardashian just kind of fallen behind. She's known for that, her behind. But anyways, here's Ethereum versus climate change. We did have a couple cross sections where Ethereum was above. But people are very interested in Ethereum. In Russia, they don't give up about climate change. And I love that about Russia. I mean, why are we all rushing to judgment on this whole thing? So anyways, guys, it is cool to see the interest level coming back. And I think watching these Google trends is absolutely pivotal to understanding what the normie, as we call them, the pre-coiner, our non-crypto bros and brochachas, their interest level in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's absolutely huge to see this starting to go up. Hold up, it's time for an IOST break. All right, guys, we got a new Token Pocket competitor for IOST. IOST ABC, which I've long said Token Pocket or IOST ABC are the ways to vote, the best way to do it on the system. We now have Pure Wallet coming out, which is put out by IOST ABC. So actually a competitor. Now, I like to think of all the nodes on IOST as pretty friendly with each other, friendly competition. But, with this, you will be able to use the Pure Wallet it fully supports IOST's main network, to manage IOST accounts and voting, and to play IOST dApps with Pure Wallet. So we'll have to see what difference it is. We'll do a review on this next week. I'll put out a video where I, actually pull up the wallet and check it out and things like that. But, definitely IOST ABC has been very good to the community. Token Pocket has as well. But definitely good to see, some more ways to be able to play IOST dApps. The number 1 crypto story of the day. Okay, guys, interesting story here. We have people now believing that Facebook may destroy any cryptocurrency or altcoin that tries to increase the speed of payments. So not only is XRP included in this, but also even Litecoin. So Bitcoin expert says Facebook's global coin will annihilate Ripple. So this is coming from Max Kaiser, who is an economist, renowned economist. And I'm not sure if he's a maximalist or not. I feel like if you have to take all maximalist opinions with a grain of salt. But he says the Facebook global stablecoin Facecoin, I think it's called Global Coin. Don't know why they said Facecoin. Obviates need for hundreds of altcoins, not cons. Oh, he says altcoins because he's probably a maximalist. I get that joke. Including XRP. The altcoin apocalypse is nigh. This will drive Bitcoin higher as Bitcoin competes with gold, not fiat. I agree with that. I do agree with that, actually. Also, crypto payments companies likely to be wiped out. So here it says, As has been revealed so far, the purpose of global coin is making peer-to-peer payments and other microtransactions. This could pressure altcoins like Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency and Litecoin, whose chief selling points are speedy, cheap transactions. It is also a niche that crypto-based payment companies such as BitPay target, who I found out today is actually local to me. BitPay is right around the corner. I had no idea. But, so what is my opinion on this? I'm glad you asked, because I'm always willing to give it. My opinion on this is that, I'm not sure. To me, what Ripple is doing in the banking world is totally different than what Litecoin is doing. I think that, to me, XRP and, the banker's coin, as many people, call it, I think that XRP definitely is more vulnerable right now to this than Litecoin. I'm not saying that XRP is vulnerable to this. I think Facebook coin in a lot of ways is like XRP 2.0, but I don't think that it will negate the use of XRP necessarily right now. In the future, there's definitely ways I can see where XRP would be useless. Now, you may hate me if you're into XRP, but if it's the banker's coin and it's all about moving, basically converting fiat and sending it over cross-border transactions, and eventually we move to all digital currency, then where's the use case? That's where I struggle with XRP. But something like Litecoin, to me, the community is too strong for Litecoin. Obviously, XRP has a strong community too. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about in another area of cryptocurrency other than, transact cross-border settlements and things like that. Litecoin, in my opinion, is trying to be a little more like the currency side of Bitcoin. And because of that, I don't think Litecoin is as vulnerable here. So, and you may be saying if you're into XRP, you may be saying this, or even into Litecoin, you may be saying, we have these great communities and we have so much money behind what we're doing, yada, yada, yada. It's a drop in the bucket to Facebook. Facebook is worth, I believe, about $500 billion. So if Facebook wants to crush your company, there's a good chance they might be able to do it. And I've got a bigger gotcha for you. Guess what? The Facebook community is bigger than any cryptocurrency community by a long shot. So I do think this is something that, while I don't believe will ultimately result in the death of these cryptocurrencies, I do think it is something that we have to monitor, because I do believe that is a possibility. I don't believe it'll happen, but there is a chance of that, because Facebook basically wants to destroy everyone. So we need the Winklevoss twins to rise up to fight Facebook again. We would love to see that. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button for me. Hope you guys enjoyed a new FUD Trump video. BitBoy out.